In the business world, human resources management practices are used on a daily basis by various companies all over the world in order to improve their overall success of their company and the quality of their labor. In this video, we'll explore and take a closer look at how the theory of human resources fits in the real world. In order to do so, we'll analyze a new company on the market, SecureAli. As for the content of this video, we'll start off by discussing and analyzing how companies create a culture of wellness for their employees, how they plan for, recruit, and select their workforce, the challenges of HRM, and how human resources management theory differs from real life. Here are all of the websites that we'll be taking a look at today. Now let's take a look at the company we are interested in, SecureAli. Even though SecureAli is quite new on the market, it is considered a leader in terms of human resources management and has earned recognition for the quality of its labor. In brief, SecureAli is an application that allows parents to find babysitters in a completely safe and quick way. Before analyzing how SecureAli applies human resources management concept to its practices, let's take a look at Wikipedia's definition of human resources management. According to Wikipedia, human resources management is the strategic approach to the effective management of people in an organization so that it can help the business gain a competitive advantage. You might wonder, what is a competitive advantage? Competitive advantage, according to Wikipedia, is the attribute that allows an organization to outperform its competitors. So when we talk about human resources management, we mainly refer to how skilled labor is. Now let's take a look at how SecureAli is able to create a culture of well-being for its employees. According to SecureAli, the culture of well-being in business can be defined as a particular feeling of happiness and healthiness that is common amongst every employee while working. It can additionally include the safety and productivity of employees and their overall satisfaction rate with the organization. Right away, we can tell that SecureAli really uses human resources theory in order to define and implement a culture of well-being in the organization, because they focus on the organizational culture, the stressors in the workplace, and the benefits that they offer to the employees. As for their organizational culture, SecureAli believes that the culture of a company relates to the shared values of employees and how it impacts their behaviors and therefore their at-work performance. SecureAli believes that it has a very positive organizational culture because on a survey, 90% of the workers responded that they believed that the organizational culture at SecureAli was positive. The company also states how they believe they have a flexible, adaptable, collaborative, cooperative, and safety-oriented culture. They also note that their dress code is business casual, their offices are creative, interactive, and enable team working. Moving on to the benefits offered to the employees of SecureAli. So first of all, let's take a look at how benefits impact the performance and the productivity level of employees. According to Forbes, here there are many beneficial perks, including the competitive edge of healthy employees that will naturally bring to the company. And also employees will be happier and more productive. On SecureAli's website, it's easy to tell how the company really understands how beneficial offering many benefits to employees can be for the employer and for the employee. They have a free nurse on site, which increases the employee's level of health and also productivity. The company also offers free lunch every day, which increases employee satisfaction, and they also offer 40 days of paid leave to employees. Actually, according to an article published on the Time website, 94% of 414 travelers who are also employees noticed how they had much more energy or as much after coming back from a good trip. This really proves how SecurAly understands how beneficial it can be for employees to take some time off of work. Now let's take a short look at how SecurAly handles the situation of stress in the workplace. So according to the company, workplace stress is a condition that sparks due to the presence of a workplace stressor, which can be defined as any event that takes place in a work environment and that might cause stress in employees. So here are a few ways in which SecurAly applies human resources management theory in order to reduce employee stress. Lastly, the last subject of this video will concern the planning, recruiting, and selecting of the workforce in companies. The company actually believes that the process of recruiting and selecting workforce is really crucial in the company. So now let's take a look at how they do it. Firstly, SecurAly explains how they believe that shortages of labor have become a major issue for them, but they have found ways to deal with it. According to an article published on Global News in 2018, shortages of labor have been a disaster for the province of Quebec in the past years. And actually, Quebec will need to find 100,000 new workers over the next 10 years to fill what the labor force needs. Even with this issue, we can see that SecurAly really applies the theory of human resources management to their business because they have found many ways to deal with the issue. To maintain a low employee turnover and maintain business growth, SecurAly really focuses on choosing the right candidates by assessing them with tests and such. So here are some ways that SecurAly chooses the right workers. In human resources management theory, we can notice that there are many ways of interviewing candidates applying for a certain job, and clearly SecurAly understands that because it has been implementing different interviewing methods for its candidates. Throughout this video, we've been exploring how human resources management theory is really close to the reality, at least for SecurAly. But there are definitely differences with reality and theory. Something that definitely isn't related to theory is how many small businesses cannot afford human resources team. This is a topic that is clearly not talked of enough because it still happens nowadays that small companies have no knowledge of the need for human resources team. And this just leads to many problems in many small businesses, and it can impact them on many different levels, financially and more. In conclusion, it is clear that there's always a difference between theory and reality, but at least for some companies just like SecurAly, they understand the real concepts and issues in human resources management and apply it to the company. Let's just hope that more and more companies start looking up to companies just like SecurAly to adapt and improve their human resources strategies in order to improve their overall success and happiness of their employees.